Tell me if this sounds familiar to you. You've been working on your demo reel life for 6, 7 months, 1 year. You finally put it all together and you want to apply for your dream job, right? Maybe DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney, Blizzard, whoever, you name it, right? And finally, you're gonna send the email, you're gonna send the application, and you're nervous, you're excited, it's gonna be your first time, you're hoping to get your dream job and everything. You type everything, you double check everything in your resume, and finally you press send, right? You send it, you made it, and now you started to wait. Okay, you're gonna wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, and sometimes they don't even reply to you. Sometimes they send you a letter and say, sorry, we are not interested. Sometimes they don't just reply to you. And I don't know for other people, but during that time, especially at the beginning of my career, I remember that during those moments where I was just waiting, that's the only thing I was waiting. I was very nervous. I was stressed because I was like, hey, why they don't reply? I was constantly going in front of my computer, refreshing my email, waiting for an answer. And I was not doing anything else productive. Instead, I was trying to do things that keep my mind off, keep thinking about this. Like I was going out with my friends, playing video games all day. I needed to do something, but definitely I was not doing anything productive. And again, I was stressed, nervous, not eating very well, not sleeping very well. This was me when I was very young, of course. And at the end, I realized that having this kind of mindset where you send a few CV on those dream job company, and you are hoping to get your first job there, and your whole world, your whole career revolves around those moments, it doesn't work. It doesn't pay off. All right. And I realized this one a little bit later, and that's why I'm making this video for you guys. I want to share with you, because yes, of course, you can still apply to those and hopefully to get a job. And I hope you get it, because that would sound amazing. But you shouldn't be in that state where you're just waiting, doing nothing else, because that's the only opportunity for you get into the industry, because that's not the reality. Instead, what you should do, you should widen up your spectrum of potential company where you can apply, and send more curriculum, right? Because doesn't mean just because a company is not very big, is not very famous, that didn't work on a big blockbuster movie or video game, doesn't mean that they're not a good company, doesn't mean they're not working on a fun project, doesn't mean you can have a great time over there. Actually, I'm gonna tell you later on in the video, like something it happens to me that what I've actually blasted with my career was a studio was completely unknown for me, right? And so I'm going back about the idea of applying for many jobs. Again, there is no benefit in just apply for 3-4 big dream company and then just waiting, where you can do the opposite side, apply to a lot more company, even the bigger one, and then waiting a response, because now you have a bigger chance to get a response if you apply to 50 companies rather than 5, right? And so again, if you look at the other side, it's like, maybe a couple of weeks, someone will reply eventually, and again, it could be a rejection, could be they want to move forward with you, right? And if they want to move forward with you, just move forward with them with the interview and everything. You don't need to keep waiting. Oh, but I don't want to have this interview because I just sent my resume to DreamWorks or Pixar. I want to just wait, because what about if they reply to me and they offer me a job and now I sign with another company? Well, I don't think you can think that way, honestly. Again, if a company waits 1 month, 2 months before reply to you, and it's your choice, they should move forward with your own life and with your career. As I say, again, great opportunity can come from everywhere, right? And again, if they reply to you and you are already starting a new job or anything, really worst case scenario, if this company makes you a great offer, it's a really great company to be, you can always quit and go to the other one. But again, I don't think you should do it, because what I learned, as much as I really wanted to work for this company, a really big blockbuster movie, again, if they don't contact you in time, that literally that you wait 3-4 months or something, and or they don't even offer you a good package. If some company do that, why you should accept it just because you want to have your name on the credit? Some people put a lot of emphasis on this. Growing up, I realized it's not that important. I mean, I didn't work on a huge amount of big blockbuster and everything. My career turns out to be really, really great. So it's not that you really need it all the time. And yes, as much as I wanted to work in those company, the chance doesn't happen. Move on with your life. It's not the end of the world. Again, there's plenty of other small companies that are great place to work with. And this actually brings me to this story that I want to tell you about it. When I finished my first job. I was in Crytek. I went there. I had a big name because Crytek was considered a big name back then on the gaming industry. I had a cool project on my demo reel and everything. I improved a lot my demo reel. And again, now I started to apply for quite a lot of studio, game studio, and again, feature film, right? Feature film, visual effects. And again, it was the same. Some company didn't reply. They were not interested in me, my style, blah blah blah. Some company replied to me, and what happened is that yeah, they offered me maybe like a job or something, but salary was not very good. And even though the company was great and everything, and some companies tell you guys, they even hint that in the sense, hey, this is what we offer. We know it's not the best things, but if you want to work with us, if you want to have the name of our company on your CV, or that you work on this project, that's what you should accept. And for me, it wasn't okay for me, because again, for me, financial has always been very important for me, and not really interested to work for a company that doesn't reward me well, especially if they do a lot of overtime, they don't pay and stuff like that. So at the beginning, I was kind of in trouble because I applied for all those companies, and things didn't work out for a reason or for another. And then this happened. Okay, it was completely out of the blue. My previous mentor contacted me. He was going to work in Singapore for a small animation studio. And first of all, this was I barely knew where even Singapore was. Okay, I have a vague idea, but not exactly where it was. But for sure, I would never have thought about in my life going to apply for a studio in Singapore. Never even crossed me. Okay, and second, even if I go to the website of this studio, it didn't look like a good studio at all. They had a very few projects. The quality didn't look very good and everything. So again, I can tell you guys, didn't even cross my mind even to search or to even apply for a studio like that. But because my mentor contacted me, and I know my mentor is a great animator, he has a high standards of quality, and he told me, hey, Alessandro, we're working on this new project. He shared with me a little bit about it, and he basically told me why it was so good and why he really wanted to push the quality. He told me the kind of people that he was planning to hire, what kind of level he was trying to push the studio. And I was like really intrigued. It's like, okay, this guy has definitely a vision, right? And I bought the vision. Okay, it was really amazing. So and by the way, this company, even though it was a small company and everything, they kind of offered me double of the salary that I was making before, right? And even though Singapore was an expensive city and everything, with me doing some kind of sacrifice, I know I could save a lot more, and it was great as well, right? And so I went there, and I can tell you guys, I've been in the company for 4 years. I had the time of my life. I met a lot of great artists, okay, from all around the world. And James, my mentor, was really pushing the quality, and I was there with him and studied with him. I learned and pushed my skill even more. And even then, when he left, I learned to do a few other things, because I went as a supervisor. I was promoted, so they gave me a 30% raise. I was doing other things. I was working as a layout artist. I was working very close with the director. So now I learned a bunch of skill about managing a team, understanding storyboard, the layout, camera movement, all those things. I was growing a lot, and I can tell you guys that it's probably one of the best move I ever done in my entire life, because again, this was a company I would never expect I would apply there. Even if they contact me randomly by the HR or anything, I would just look at their demo reel, at their website, sorry, I would say, no way, this is not the quality I want to do, right? But again, from a completely unknown company like this, it came out a great career opportunity. I grew up in my skill. Financially, I did amazing. I met a lot of people that also teach me about finance for animator. You should sell yourself better, negotiate better salary. I had this kind of conversation that really pushed my career to a completely different level. And while on the other side, I knew people, for example, that they were working on those big studio. Okay, they were doing a lot of overtime. They were not get paid very well. They get fired very often. Every 6 months, they have to change job and everything. And when they were changing job, they like struggled to pay rent because they didn't manage to save money and everything. And when I told them about my situation, it's like, Alessandro, you have a dream job here. You find a great place. And for me, I was always like, oh, I envy those people that work in DreamWorks, Pixar, MPC, Framestore, whatever. They work on this amazing movie. They make those amazing animation. But at the end, I realized that those conditions were not that great. And I realized, damn, I'm lucky, And again, that opportunity came out of nowhere. And then I thought about it. Imagine all those time that I apply only to those big company, and I never dare about applying to a smaller studio that maybe lower budget or just not a big name on everything. Maybe there was so many other great opportunity around there that I always miss. And maybe those opportunities you guys are missing because you guys waiting for this big breakthrough into the industry. You only apply for those big company. And again, maybe around the world there are plenty of other studio um, that can work on amazing project. You can just meet amazing artists that make you grow your career in an unexpected way. And again, this is a lesson I learned. For me, was just lucky. Okay, that my mentor, contact me and everything. Yes, of course. I was always in touch with him. My mentor stayed in contact with me because I like the quality of my animation. So I cannot say it's only pure luck. Obviously, you need to have some kind of connection and stuff like that. But again, it was a very fortunate situation, and I decided to take this leap of faith, and it totally pay off. And today, like, I do not regret at all in the fact that hey, I never work in DreamWorks Pixar, never work in Japan. Like, those was my dream when I was a teenager and everything. Today, my priority changed a lot, and again, it changed with my personal experience. But I wish when I was younger, I had someone with a similar experience with me told me those things before, because maybe my career would have taken a completely different path. I would have done those great experience even earlier, right? And that's why I felt like I wanted to do this video. Maybe I want to share with you guys, especially younger people today, they wanna study for animation, and want to get this work in this big studio. It's not only about that. There are fantastic studios where you can go and just being open for a lot more exciting opportunity. You never know what can happen. Apply everywhere. Apply everywhere. Then when the time comes, they want to have an interview with you, just have a conversation with them, ask the right questions, see if there is potential. Obviously, doesn't mean all the small studio they will offer you great opportunity. Again, you have to be smart enough to understand where is the good opportunity is hiding, right? Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, as usual, let me know in the comment. Okay, see you next time. Ciao.